Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars.
What is going on here? Breakfast!
Good morning, everybody. On today's episode of Hot Off the Stove, we're going to be making breakfast foods. We're going to start off with some potatoes, eggs, and bacon, and we'll work our way to the sweet stuff. So, yeah, let's get started. Always gotta have your apron ready, guys. We're gonna start off with a tray that is lined with tin foil. Just align that up. And we're gonna start with our bacon. We're using premium Schneider's bacon here. You wanna lay it out in a way that the bacon doesn't go over each other. So if that happens, then they're not gonna brown properly and you're gonna get soggy pieces of bacon. And soggy bacon is like the antichrist of the bacon religion we all practice daily. So we're going to keep putting those down. Make sure none of them overlap. Unlike I low-key did, but was too lazy to. Then we're going to put it in the oven on 375 degrees for about 20 minutes or until it's brown. Next, we're going to move on to potatoes. So while the bacon's in the oven, we're going to peel our potato. This is a russet potato, good for baking and frying, so you can get a really good crispy product with it. We're going to cut it in half because I'm only going to use half. Just take a look at that cross section. I'm going to start by dicing the half of the potato lengthwards, and then we're going to cut it down almost like fries. And then we're going to cut those fries into cubes. You're going to want it about 1 or half an inch thick. I'll get through this cutting real fast because I'm just that good and it's not fast forwarded or anything. Yeah, so about half an inch. That's my ruler. Yes. Next, we're gonna get a pan around medium high heat, place our oil, and then put in the potatoes. They should be sizzling as soon as they hit the pan. We're gonna hit them with a bit of kosher salt just to get that flavor in there and help them give up their moisture so they can crisp up better. We're gonna keep our potatoes moving to help them brown evenly. Make sure all sides get brown, and we're gonna keep that up until they look good. Next, we're moving on to the other half of the potato. We're going to start by shredding it in a box grater. You can also use a food processor if you have a lot of potatoes for a lot of people. You want to shred it down to the very last bit. Might even get a finger in there, but that's where the flavor comes from. Get that all out and get a towel, preferably an actual towel instead of paper towel. Lovingly scoop your potato into the towel and wring out as much potato juice as you can. You can save it for later or throw it out. I don't really care. So get all that out because it really helps to crisp up the potatoes when there's no water in it. Next, we're going to get a heavy cast iron pan with some oil. Let it get hot around medium high, and place our potato inside the pan. And lay it out as flat as you can to cover the whole surface of the pan preferably. It's probably not going to shimmer around, so you're going to get your spatula, get under there, separate it, and just give it a flip. If you did it correctly, it should all stick as one piece. Bacon's ready, and we're going to make the meal. So I'm just going to crack some eggs, scrambled just like last episode. You guys know the drill. Put our eggs in. Doing our pulling method. Yeah. And we are plating up with our potatoes 2 ways. Some ketchup for the cubed. Some sour cream or yogurt for the shredded. And some sriracha for the eggs. Guys, this is really good breakfast. I'm actually kind of impressed with myself. I haven't made something like this in a while. But yeah, bacon's crispy, potatoes are nice, salty and crispy, yogurt helps mellow it out, eggs are great, as you guys should know, and it's all around just a great start of the day. Please ignore my lack of apron. Now, if you like sweeter breakfast foods, such as myself, then you will love this recipe. This is my recipe for buttermilk pancakes. These are the best pancakes you will have. First, we're going to start off with half a cup of unsalted butter. We're going to get that out and get it melted. So just take off the foil. Yeah, just like that. Okay, in the bowl. And I'm going to nuke it for like 30 to 45 seconds. Next, we're going to start off with our dry ingredients. So when scooping flour into cups, I like to get a spoon and then put it into the cup until it's like a mountain and then level it off like so. This recipe calls for 2 cups of flour, so do that twice. Then a teaspoon of baking soda, and do the same thing. Just plop it in there and then level it off, which I didn't show for some reason. And then 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Do the same thing, scoop it out, level it off. And 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm just using kosher salt because it's around. Whisk that all together. Bing, bang, boom. Got your dry ingredients. Next, the wet stuff. We're going to start off with 2 cups of buttermilk. I'm going to see how high I can pour it without spilling it because for dramatic effect, guys, you understand how it is on YouTube. It's pretty competitive. So if you can find another YouTuber to do that, then you know what? Just unsubscribe, leave, never come back. I'll understand. And we're going to measure out our melted butter just in case because you don't want to put too much or too little. Next, we're going to crack in 2 whole eggs, like so, and whisk those all together. And don't forget the vanilla. We're going to do 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Then we're going to mix our 2 wet and dry ingredients. Pour in a bit, mix it a bit, and just keep doing that until you pour in the whole thing. Granted, you don't want to overmix. You just want to mix to combine. You still want to have these nice lumps in the batter. As you may have noticed when I was pouring it, the liquid was clumpy. That was just butter. It happens. Your pancakes will still be fine. We're going to start off by buttering our pan. Please try and use butter. Don't use oil, because people do that and then they don't get the best result. We're going to do 1/3 a cup. You can do more or less. That's up to you. And then we're going to try and get a shape. If you want, you can use a ring mold to get a more perfect shape. I couldn't care less. You'll know to flip once it has risen and once this underside is browned. You got to take a look before you do it. So it's ready, and we're going to plate up. This one goes to my sister because she's hungry. We're going to do that all over again, this time for me, so I'm going to try and make it a circle without a mold. And I'm also going to try and flip it, guys. Okay, I haven't done this in a while, so, you know, just whoop. Wow, I actually got it. That's crazy. Anyways, we're going to keep cooking that until it's nice and golden brown on the other side. And plate up. Now, I cut this in half to show you guys how thick the pancake is. Like all things, I like thick things. So, we're just going to give that a taste without any syrup or anything. And yeah, it's great. It's crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside. Buttermilk really goes a long way, and you can taste it when compared to regular pancakes. We're just going to drown our pancake in maple syrup because that's just what you're supposed to do. And I'm just going to devour this real quick. But I forgot something. Can't have a good pancake without some milk, guys. Okay? Ice cold glass of milk. God. Now, if you're like me, you like contrast between sweet and salty things, which is why we're getting our leftover bacon, we're breaking it up into a few pieces, and we're reheating it on the pan because we're going to make bacon pancakes, and this is the only way I know how. Don't skimp out on the bacon, you got to put a lot. Just put your batter right on top of it, and treat it as a regular pancake. Just wait until the underside is browned, flip when ready, and plate up when it's beautiful. If you're also like me, you don't like to drown your pancake in maple syrup, because that's barbaric. You get a bowl, and you drown it in there, right? Yes, this is correct. Guys, I really hope you try these recipes out, especially if you suck at breakfast, because you no longer have to. If you guys like this video, I'll make plenty more like it. Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to unsubscribe. No, I take that back. Wait a minute.